Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at GrowFold, and today will be big box store plant shopping at the Lowe's out in North McKinney, Texas. As always, please make sure you are pressing that thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. It's been a while. I know I haven't been able to get some big box or plant shopping videos up, but I hope you guys will enjoy it. I actually lost my voice, so you can see that is me right here. It is a late afternoon when I went big box or plant shopping. So as far as me actually speaking on this video today, I will not be doing that. I will just be doing a straight voiceover. As always, plant foldies, and for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome to the channel. My name is Richie and I do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos. Definitely follow my Instagram page at GrowFold. If you ever want to connect with me directly, send me a direct message if you have any questions about the plant. And today we are going to be looking at an exciting video featuring a lot of some holiday plant finds. We're going to see what kind of plant finds we are going to see at this Lowe's location. I miss doing big box or plant shopping videos, but with the holiday season being super busy, work has been extremely busy. I am just glad that I actually found some time today to be able to go film some of these plants. What's going to be super exciting is the fact that we're going to see a lot of different types of seasonal plants here. So let's see what we can find, at least in the outdoor garden section first. We've got some croton plus cordyline Hawaiian tea plant right here. We've got a combination planter, and just look at how gorgeous the colors are on these plants. Again, these are plants that do require quite a bit of bright indirect light or just bright light in general. And as I spin around here, we are seeing a bunch of cyclamen. So here's the thing about cyclamen. Cyclamen are gorgeous plants that are blooming and often seen during the fall winter months. And then we still have quite a bit of croton petra. Again, crotons need quite a bit of light. I would say full sun. These plants often make their way into garden centers and big box stores. They are in season during the fall season just because of their fall colors, but really they do better in warmer climates, higher humidity levels. And then over here, we've got some alocasia or elephant ears right over here. And as I spin around, you'll see that this Lowe's location has quite a bit of outdoor garden plants. These are plants that you can put into as patio container plants. And as far as the plant foldies, I know I haven't been able to do a lot of these big box store plant shopping videos. I feel bad because I have not really been as consistent about it, but I will tell you, for those that still continue to tune in my big box or plant shopping videos or just my videos in general, I want to say thank you. Thank you for team replaying some of my videos from the past and leaving comments. And if you are just discovering this YouTube channel, welcome. I hope you will check out some of my videos that I put up in terms of the Texas Aroid show. So I have a couple that I just released the last couple of days. Definitely take a look at that. And then over here, we've got a Hydra Helix, or the correct way to say it is Hedera Helix, or the English ivy. Beautiful English ivy right here. These are considered ground cover, although when I say with English ivy, they are very invasive in terms of just how quickly they grow outdoors. So if you do not want them to take over your lawn, I would definitely not plant them in the landscape. I would put them in a container. Another beautiful croton petra, and here I am again. Hello, plant foldies. you can see that I'm just going to go ahead, walk around, pick up a couple of plants, show you what plants I can find in the outdoor garden section. Look at this beautiful cyclamen, for instance, by Monrova Plants. Beautiful plant. You know, these are plants that, again, often make their way into big box stores whenever it is the winter or fall. And you can see we've got some alocasia right here. Now, as far as alocasia, especially in the winter months, they do go dormant. So I don't know why some of these garden centers actually still have them available, but they are available. And then we've just got some more blooming plants here. Container planters or container gardens are quite popular during the fall winter season. As far as North Dallas, which is where I'm based at, the weather has been cold, but it hasn't been freezing. So a couple of updates in terms of me. I have been working several hours, minimum 10 hours a day. I recently got sick, so I am still just getting over. So if my voice sounds a little bit hoarse, it's because I'm still trying to get my voice back. For a couple of days, I kind of lost my voice. So again, plant foldies, I just really appreciate those that have been patient in terms of me getting some content out there. But as you can see right here, beautiful late afternoon when I am filming this, and you can see we've got some Boston fern. Ferns are not really my go-to plants. I don't really have any ferns in my plant collection, but needless to say, still a beautiful plant to add to your collection if you want a plant like that. And you can see behind me are several fertilizers and different types of plant products. And I'm going to go ahead and pick this up right here. Look at this. This is another coleus plant right here for $1.97. I love coleus plants. They bring me a lot of joy. That hence the reason why I am smiling. And then what else can I find here? Plant foldies. Let me know in the comment section if you've gone into big box stores and have gone plant shopping, if you're looking for Christmas gifts, if you've done your Christmas shopping. And then over here, Miracle Grow Garden Feeder. I love this. I use a Miracle Grow fertilizer in that garden feeder to fertilize my plants. I think it is a very versatile plant fertilizer, if you say so, you know, if I say so myself. And then we've got these Talvera planters that you will often see at Lowe's locations. I love this. I would definitely recommend, you know, getting this type of aesthetic if you really like eclectic, fun patterns. And you can see there are several. These are made in Mexico. And as I pick up some of these planters, I will delve into home decor, holiday decor, Christmas decor, and see if anybody's really gotten into the Christmas holiday spirit. It is a very busy time for me as I work and try to get through the next couple of weeks, you know, 3 weeks, and we are done with the holidays. And can you believe that 2026 is about to approach? And, you know, as far as this year, it has been an amazing year in terms of just getting more plant foldies to come around here. But before we get into that, I did want to show you this unboxing of the Bonsai Supply plant supplies. Please use my promo code GROWFOLDS for 10% off your entire purchase. So the Bonsai Supply has made me an official affiliate, and I hope you guys don't skip through here because I want to show you all of these gorgeous and really versatile soils. So you can see all of these are sourced from the United States. So this is a US based company based out in Houston, Texas. Really thankful that the Bonsai Supply sent me a lot of these soil amendatives. So you can see that this is actually meant for bonsai. For those that don't know what bonsai is, it is basically the art of growing miniature trees in a shallow container. And you can see that I've gotten the all-purpose bonsai soil, which make really good soil for succulents and cactus. I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this right over here. You can see that we've also got the Bonsai Supply slow release fertilizer. And when you think about fertilizer, especially for a miniature tree, you don't really wanna inundate it with like instant release fertilizer. So this one will actually fertilize the plant with each watering, and it's gonna be a little bit more mild, and it is organic. So it's an 8-3-5 soil fertilizer mix, and it actually gives you all of the details. And what I love about the Bonsai Supply is it has been in existence for quite a while, and they have top quality products. You can buy their supplies on the bonsaisupply.com. You can also buy them on Amazon, but if you go to their website, the Bonsai Supply, use my promo code again, GROWFOLDS, for 10% off your entire purchase. So I'm gonna go ahead and just unbox the rest of the products that they have here. You can see they've got some more bonsai fertilizer. They've got different types of wires as well. Doing unboxings, especially from those businesses that have trusted me to promote their products. Before I became an official affiliate of the Bonsai Supply, I actually bought their products, and I happened to meet the owner while I was at PlantCon Houston 2025, and we just got to talking, and I was just really impressed with the products that they have available. So again, shout out to the Bonsai Supply for trusting me to just showcase their amazing products. So you can see that they were super generous in terms of just the different types of products that they have available. They've got very different soil amenities, and you can see right here, this is my Bonsai Supply haul. Hopefully you guys will consider buying some Bonsai Supply soil. Use my promo code GROWFOLDS again for 10% off the entire purchase. These are soil amenities that you can actually use for your actual soil to make it a little bit more fast draining, especially for succulents, especially for cactus, especially for even Aglaonema. So for those that don't know, I love Aglaonema, and those types of plants need fast draining soil. So go ahead and visit thebonsaisupply.com. Put in your order today. Foldies, you can see that we've got several different types of plants right over here readily available, and you can see that we've got quite a bit of a stocked Lowe's location. We've got some holiday plants, we've got some Christmas trees, and so I'm gonna go ahead and just walk around here and show you what plants again that they have available for purchase. $17.98. This is from Costa Farms. This is an anthurium, and look at the blooms right here. I love that very bright red bloom that they have. This is an anthurium that is really not popular. So when you think about anthuriums, we think about anthurium hybrids, the more velvety texture anthuriums, but this one has been in existence for a while in terms of anthuriums that are available at big box stores. You can see that this could be utilized as a holiday themed plant. And so when we think about Christmas, when we think about Christmas shopping, what do you have on your Christmas shopping list in terms of plants? This one could be one that you could utilize as a Christmas type plant that you can give as a Christmas gift. And you know, as I do these big box or plant shopping videos, I'm just curious to see if people are actually giving plants as a Christmas gift to those that may not necessarily grow plants like we do. I would say in terms of plant recommendations, definitely look for easy care, beginner friendly houseplants. So plants that would be beginner friendly would be pothos plants, anthurium, that common anthurium, dracaenas, aglaonema. So, we can look at this right here. This is an aglaonema red Siam, which is 50% off. This is a Lowe's clearance sale. You can see that it does have some leaves that are not the healthiest, but this is still a pretty good looking aglaonema red Siam. Originally $15.98. It is now 50% off. So if you're looking to save money again while shopping at a big box store, especially Lowe's, for houseplants, you can go shopping here and go through the clearance rack. Most of these plants will always be 50% off. The thing about it is, when buying plants that are on clearance, you already know, plant foldies, these plants are going to need to be rehabbed, meaning they potentially may have plant pests. So you have to make sure, number one, you are spraying down those plants with a neem oil spray or insecticidal soap. And then number two, make sure that you are not mixing those clearance plants with your general plant collection, because you do not want to introduce any potential plant pests. Now we're going to walk over here and I'm going to pick up some holiday theme Christmas house plants. Amaryllis. So Amaryllis is a very low maintenance plant. Take a look at this one. So these have already started to bloom or are in full bloom. Amaryllis are gorgeous plants. These are bulbous plants that are often seen during the holidays. They make great Christmas gifts because, number one, they're low maintenance. You don't even have to water them. You just let the bulbs sit there in front of a bright light, and they will grow. You can see that the members only deal. So if you download the Lowe's app, you will get $3 off Amaryllis. And that's the thing about Lowe's deals. You can get some good sale pricing. And look at how beautiful that red bloom is. I've been gifted an Amaryllis before. This is $14.98, but it does have a sale price of $3 off if you have the Lowe's app, which is basically the app that will save you money. It is a loyalty program. So let's continue to walk around here. I'll pick up some more holiday themed plants. So I've never grown tulips from bulbs. Obviously, these are 50% off. And at this point, you should be putting down your bulbs while it is cold, because it does need that cold weather to actually crack the bulbs. So they will actually pop during the springtime. So these are 50% off and you get several bulbs. And then you can see right here again, plant foldies. We've got lots of Amaryllis. I do like this fixture that they have where they're displaying the Amaryllis. Let me know in the comment section again, plant foldies, if you've actually gifted Amaryllis. Have you grown Amaryllis? And then after the holidays, have you grown them or potted them up in a soil substrate? Really curious to hear from you in the comment section. And then now we're going to go walk over here and I'm going to go ahead and pick up a couple of holiday themed plants. You can see Christmas Cactus right here. I'm struggling to get this down. This one is for $12.97 in a 6-inch planter. You can see that this one right here has some blooms. It looks like it's just starting to bloom here. Really love that fuchsia color. Beautiful plant. And as far as Christmas cactus, oftentimes when I talk to people that have grown Christmas cactus, it's almost like a heirloom plant where it is passed on from a grandmother or somebody in the family. And then on the shelves right here, we've got a bunch of bromeliads. So Costa Farms has a bunch of these bromeliads. You can see this is a red one right here. And so when you start to think about like traditional Christmas theme houseplants such as poinsettias, Norfolk Pine, You can also open your heart to bromeliads, aglaonema red cyan, and even proven winners Leaf Joy has started to put out caladiums. And those are just interesting plants. And I always say that plants become a seasonal plant when people start to utilize them for the season. So bromeliads, that's another plant that could become a Christmas themed plant depending on the colors. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick up a couple of more of these varieties. These ones are for $14.97. As far as big box store plant shopping, it is the main type of content for my YouTube plant channel. Obviously, I want to support local and small businesses, and as you've seen in the past, where I'm featuring local and small businesses, that is really where my heart is. However, and I will say this multiple times throughout my videos, big box store, this is where most people are able to shop, because not everybody has the fortunate luxury to be able to find so many small businesses and nurseries that offer houseplants. So, as far as big box store, I will tell anybody that watches my content, do not let people judge you or make you feel like you are taking away from small businesses by buying plants from big box stores. Everybody has a right to spend where they want to spend their money. It is about budget-friendly plants. And at the end of the day, I say don't limit yourself to just shopping at a specific type of business, whether it's a small business, a local business, or a big box store. Diversify where you buy your plants, because you never know where you're going to get the best value for your money. I mean, you can see right here, Christmas Cactus, again, beautiful plant. And I love the foil wrapping for this one. This is for only $7.98. Now, as far as Christmas cactus plants, I do want to go ask the plant foldies that are watching today, leave it in the comment section what your plant care tips are for that, because I'm not 100% sure what the plant care tips are. Same thing with this Norfolk Pine here by Costa Farms, $6.98 in a 5-inch planter. Right here, we've got some air plants, beautiful air plants, again by Live Trends Design Plants. I love Live Trends Design Plants. I think that their aesthetic really leans into really amazing modern contemporary home decor, very stylish interiors utilizing house plants. And you can even see right here, $19.98. We have a ZZ plant, but take a look at the planter, just the minute details, very subtle details. Yet they've got the deep green glaze. We've got the black twine right over here, leather twine, and then you have these red beads that kind of look like cherries, and it just gives you a holiday vibe without being too Christmassy, if that makes any sense. Low light tolerant plant, very easy to care for plant. This is a perfect example of a plant you can give as a Christmas gift over the holiday season, because you're not adding workload to somebody that may not necessarily be as invested to growing plants, but it is still a beginner friendly plant for a very good price, $19.98 ZZ plant. So we're just going to go walk around again. I'm going to pick up several plants and just show you let me know in the comment section what you think. All I know is I miss doing big box or plant shopping videos, and I'm trying my very, very best. Plant foldies, I swear I'm trying my very best to go out and film. But when I say that work is really busy, it is super busy, and I hope you guys haven't lost interest in my content. I would say for anybody watching my videos, you can go through some of my playlists and just team replay some of my videos. That does help drive engagement, that helps with the algorithm, that just helps grow the plant foldy community. And I've had so much fun this year just engaging with each and every one of you. So let's go ahead and just look at these gorgeous plants that they have available at this Lowe's location. notice whenever you're going big box store plant shopping, especially if you're doing your Christmas shopping for the holiday season, is a lot of these nurseries, such as Urban Jungle Plants, for instance, will have value budget friendly plants. So you can see that I picked up several of those terracotta planters. $13.98 is what Urban Jungle is asking for. You can see this one right here, ZZ plant. And this one right here is a terracotta planter mixed with some glaze, white glaze. ZZ plant right there. Another plant, as far as care tips, just water ZZ plants when the soil is completely dry. You can place it in an area that doesn't get nearly as much light. It is low light tolerant, so that is a beginner friendly plant. And take a look at this beautiful terracotta planter by Urban Jungle Plant. This is a Peperomia obtusifolia variegata, and you can see that it's for $14.98. You can see that the vertical lines on this particular planter makes the planter a little bit taller looking, and I just love the simplicity of this arrangement. I do think that with Urban Jungle planters, it has more of a boho, more fun, eclectic vibe when you compare it to Live Trends Design plants. Live Trends Design plants have a little bit more of a stylish home decor look, but if you're looking for something fun, a little bit funky, a little bit more budget friendly, $14.98. For instance, you can get this Ficus lyrata here, and this plant again is a plant that does require quite a bit of light. In places like Southeast Asia, these become full-blown trees that grow out in full sun, and whenever I went to the Philippines, for instance, I witnessed that, and I saw full-blown trees up to 25 feet tall. So it's quite interesting how the concept, again, of houseplant is really more of a Western world type thing, where we're taking plants such as this Sansevieria right here and adopting it in a place where the environment can grow, or these plants can grow in an inside environment, like an indoor environment. Sansevieria, very beginner friendly plant. Another plant that if you wanted to gift to somebody, $14.98. That is an easy to care for plant. And then let's just continue to pick up some plants right here. This one is a Ficus elastica ruby. I love the look of this plant as well. And the more bright light you give it, the better coloration you're going to get from this plant. Rubber tree plants or Ficus elastica are very easy to propagate as well. You can either propagate them by taking cuttings and sticking them in water and water propagating them, or better yet, you can just propagate them and stick them directly into soil, whichever method is worth it for you. And I really like that as well. My favorite Epipremnum aureum. This one is a neon pothos by Urban Jungle Plants in this terracotta hanging basket. I love it. This one is definitely manageable, and this one is only for $14.98. Look at how bright the green leaves are, and I just find this such a stunning plant. Very easy to care for. And if you're going to ask me what is a good Christmas present, if you're doing Christmas shopping at a big box store and you're looking to give a houseplant, you are looking at it right now. So take a look at this. You can see I am just going to walk around again and pick up some plants and just show you what plants they have to offer. You can see right over here we have a beautiful Amaryllis. Again, this one is in bloom. Look at how large the blooms are. As you can see, I am super happy, although I wasn't in the best health condition. I was just recovering from being sick and just working a 10-hour day beforehand. And so just going big box or plant shopping, being able to pick up plants like this bromeliad right over here, it's just very therapeutic, very relaxing for me. And you know, as far as the plant foldies, as far as anybody that loves plants or collects plants, grows plants, whenever you go to a big box store, just know that you are going to find budget-friendly plants. Look at this one right here, $6.98, a Norfolk Pine with ornaments as well, and that one is by Costa Farm. So we're just going to take a gander. We're going to take a look. As you can see, I am picking up a lot of the plants that are holiday themed. This one is a beautiful Christmas cactus. Now, I've seen variegated Christmas cactus as well. And, you know, I just feel like with variegated plants, you know, the price goes up substantially if it is a variegated version of the plant. But as you can see right here, this is just a neon pothos. And when I say just a neon pothos, I don't mean that it is just a basic plant. To me, this plant also brings in a lot of impact in terms of just the, I guess, just the joy it brings to somebody that grows a neon pothos, because when you think about it, this plant is such a fast growing plant. It is an easy to care for plant. And then over here is a bird's nest fern, another one by Urban Jungle. You can see I approve of that as well. And so we're just gonna continue to walk around and see this. Now, here's a tidbit. I am carrying somewhat of a selfie stick, so it is a little bit awkward. Whenever I do big box or plant shopping videos, you can see that I try my very best not to get people in the frames because I respect people's privacy. But at the end of the day, I always get a little nervous that, you know, some employee is going to tell me to stop filming. But as you can see right here, I am minding my own business, being that silly person. You can see this is another calathea right over here. This is a Rospicta calathea in a self-watering planter by Costa Farms, $15.98. And of course, I have to show you this gorgeous Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue pothos. Me being a proud Filipino American, this is a plant that comes from the Philippines, and you already know I love to shout to the world, the universe rather, that I am very much so a proud Filipino. I remember reading a comment about how some people are tired of me sharing that. I just feel like with the way things are going in today's society, I think representation is amazing. I think visibility is amazing. So aside from me picking up these plants, these holiday plants, I did want to just say, make sure you celebrate who you are. Make sure that you always exude kindness. Make sure that you are giving. And so even in the holiday season, as we go shopping for our Christmas gifts, remember those that are in retail. And I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent as I pick up this beautiful Aglaonema red Siam. Just know if you wait a little bit longer in line because it's super busy, it is not the retailer's fault. Just know that the cashier that is taking care of you, they may not necessarily be as bubbly or perky. They're probably working so many hours. And just because you couldn't find that Christmas toy, that Christmas gift because you're out of stock and you're waiting till the very last minute, just know that was on you, and stop blaming, you know, these people that are working hand and foot to give you a holiday season. That is really my message for anybody that is watching today's big box store plant shopping video is be patient, be understanding, be gracious, be kind. Stop fostering that negativity that, you know, our minds wander off to when we are not getting our way. So I know that I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but you know, as I pick up these beautiful plants again, there is a reason why I am very adamant. I'm very chatty. I may not necessarily be everybody's cup of tea when it comes to how I present the content, but I just feel like there are times where people will create content because they want to cater to a specific niche. So they will tell you exactly what you want them to hear. But to me, I just like to tell you what's on my mind, and whether you agree with me or not, just know that at least the things that I talk about on my videos are definitely authentic and definitely coming from my mind and what I am feeling at that very moment. So anyways, plant foldies, sorry for those. You can always press the mute button if you just want to see me smiling, if you just want to see me picking up plants, because look at this one. Gorgeous Anthurium, $17.98 by Costa Farms. Again, I think that this is another underrated Anthurium. It is another underrated plant, and I just feel like, you know, these underrated plants, these underdog plants definitely need the love. So let's go ahead and just continue to walk around, look at all of the gorgeous colors, and really just embrace the beauty of all of these amazing houseplants that you can find while shopping at Lowe's, and get them for a very good budget-friendly price. foldies, you can see we've gotten so many beautiful plants already. We've looked at some urban jungle plants, but take a look at this Peperomia Pixie Lime in an 8-inch planter by Costa Farms. This one has some gorgeous coloration to it. It is $20.98. You can see those little strings right there are actual blooms. And whenever you see a plant that has blooms, oftentimes it's because the plant is actually living its best life. It's got optimal conditions, it's healthy. And you know, for me, especially when it comes to certain plants, you do not really want to encourage blooms, because blooms will actually take a lot more of the energy from the plant. Instead of it producing actual leaves, it will put more energy into the blooms. Now, of course, like Hoyas, for instance, you want the blooms to come around because they're fragrant, and that's really a reward for it. I love that, you know, Lowe's has these Black Friday deals. I mean, I think that sign is out of date, but you can get those saucers for $1. And now I'm just going to show you some of these planters. As you can see right here, the yellow tags show that these are actually on clearance. I love the fact that these planters are on clearance, so you already know we're all looking for a great deal. We're looking to save money. Who doesn't want to save money? And that's another reason why, again, whenever you go to a big box store, you know, compare and contrast pricing, whether it's plants or just any type of product in general. I love the terracotta. I love this. This is actually one of my go-to, this Pennington, just Cabo terracotta planter. I love that it's just very simple, very minimalistic. I love the shape. I love just everything about it. And then I also just love the fact that, you know, these Live Trends Design Air plants, that they have these cool looking snowmen. So if you're into holiday decorations, I actually just never put up Christmas lights, never put up holiday decorations. Call me the Grinch, where I'm not necessarily somebody that celebrates the holidays in terms of decorations. This is a great way to decorate your home using plants. You can actually change up some of the planters, and you can change up the mood and the seasonality. I think that that's really interesting. And, you know, for me, as I continue to make these big box store videos, as I continue to talk to y'all, my plant foldy community, I do ask that if you have any holiday traditions, Christmas traditions, or just any holiday traditions in general, please put that in the comment section. Y'all know I love that. And I did also want to talk about the fact that there are so many plant foldies that are utilizing the community tab. So if you haven't discovered the community tab on this YouTube channel, you can post pictures of your plants, you can ask questions. It's kind of like an old school message board, and I would love to continue to get more posts up there. Shout out to all the plant foldies that have. And then another commercial break, as I talk about it, is we haven't had as many people joining the YouTube membership tier. Admittedly, I would say that it has been a challenge for me to get some more members only videos. I am working on some. I promise y'all are gonna get more I guess more bang for your money if you join the YouTube membership tier. But I do urge anybody, if you are wanting to gift other YouTube plant foldies a membership tier, all you have to do is press the join button. You do get access to some of my more personalized lifestyle blog videos. You'll get more updates on my chickens. And if you don't know, I actually raise backyard chickens. I have 2 hens. They are now 7 months old. They have been consistently laying for about a month and a half, almost. Yeah, a month and a half, and they're doing well. Now over here, I'm just going to pan over and show you this massive Ficus lyrata. I mean, take a look at this. $120. Where are you going to find a full-blown Ficus lyrata tree for $120? Here's the thing. I always get nervous about finding these sizes in big box stores, because my biggest fear is it took a while for these plants to grow. And then my biggest fear is if somebody doesn't buy this plant, does it go to plant heaven? Hopefully it finds a great home during the holiday season. And look at this sea of beautiful plants, combination of Costa Farms plants, urban jungle plants, and Live Trends Design. Love this Ficus Taniki right over here. That is another beautiful plant that just just looks like a work of art, just watercolors. And let's take a look at the price right here. It is not a bad price at all. Look at that, $19.98 in a 10-inch planter, and you have a Ficus elastica taniki, another beautiful plant. This does require quite a bit of bright light, so if you're going to grow that indoors, you want to put it in a south-facing window, a west-facing window, or better yet, you can just grow it under a grow light. More light is going to give you better variegation, and this is actually a pretty fast-growing plant. I love it. If you are to trim back the plant, it does promote more branching, and this is another plant that's very, very easy to propagate. So another plant, and you know, plant propagation, if you're looking to give Christmas gifts, if you're in that holiday season where you just want to give the gift of giving, you know, give people propagations, give people plant cuttings. I just feel like oftentimes we are so fixated on buying things when we already have the gifts available to give to somebody. I mean, let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, what you think. Do you actually have a budget when it comes to your Christmas shopping or just the holiday season? Let me know in the comment section, but let's go ahead and just continue to walk around and admire these gorgeous plants. Shivriana. This is a gorgeous plant that used to be so expensive about 5 years ago during the pandemic, and now you can buy it for an affordable price of $19.98. Thank you again to Costa Farms for always making these plants available to the general public. And you know, sometimes Costa Farms, people will have their very strong opinions about Costa Farms, but what I can say is from my interactions with their team, meeting them in person when I was at PlantCon Orlando 2025, they have shown me nothing but kindness, and they have just made it possible for so many people to get these plants at an affordable price. They have used Aglaonema as a holiday plant. For instance, is Aglaonema Red Siam, and for me, it is all about trying to hashtag popularize that Aglaonema. Hashtag popularize Aglaonema. Again, plant foldies, if you haven't already, please make sure you're considering getting an Aglaonema. It's the best plant ever. And as of December 6, 2025, there was a new Aglaonema hybrid by the legendary Greg Hambali of Indonesia. He released his new Aglaonema hybrid called Aglaonema Ratna. Now, in Indonesia, their money is called rupiah, and a small plant was selling for 10 million rupiah, which is about $600. And then the mother plants were about 20 million rupiah, so about $1,200. And I know for those that actually follow my community tab, yes, I did create a GoFundMe for a wish list plant. Now, do I expect anybody to really donate? Probably not, but you know, it is half joking, but you never know what you might get if you don't ask. So for those that don't know, shameless plug again, and that's just me being full transparency. I did create a GoFundMe for a wish list plant, which brings me to another point. As I walk around and pick up these gorgeous plants, plant foldies, have you ever just tried to like create funds to buy a wish list plant? And when I say wish list plant, these are plants that are obviously definitely not top priority when it comes to finances. So these are plants that could cost hundreds of dollars $6. I am really just curious to see if anybody's actually saved money to buy like a wish list plant, or do you just wait for them to be available at, say, a big box store, a plant swap, a local nursery, a friend that might gift you a cutting? Would love to know your commentary and comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And then for those that actually want to gift the gift of giving, there is that GoFundMe. You can find the link in my community tab for that GoFundMe. But seriously, plant foldies, I just appreciate y'all for actually tuning in to my videos. I absolutely love the fact that your viewership just makes this channel even more sustainable. Going to this particular Lowe's location, it is always a chill vibe for me because they do keep a lot of their plants in stock. You can just see all of these gorgeous 6-inch planters, hanging basket planters from Costa Farms, and look at all of these Aglaonema red Siam. I will continue to talk about Aglaonema red Siam whenever I see it, and take a look at these Haworthia. So these are for $6.98. Now these are low light tolerant succulents, and to me, succulents and cactus, it never really registers in my mind to think that they would be low light tolerant, because I feel like they just need quite a bit of light. But apparently these are the low light tolerant ones. Beautiful Haworthias. I love that it's only for $6.98. I even love how the planters are very minimalistic. I love the labeling that they have as well, the tag. That's super cute. And you know, as I continue to explore all of these big box stores, I kind of wish I had more time over the holidays, because that's really when most people are going shopping, and you know, typically stores will restock, even houseplants. I am just glad that I'm able to run into these situations where there are beautiful plants to present to the plant foldies. I hope everybody's had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. I know that mine was spent with my sister and her family, and obviously my husband Luke and his family. We hung out with his dad and his wife, and just all of the family around. And you know, as far as the plant foldy community, I did also appreciate the live stream that we had, as far as just having a Thanksgiving party. I am hoping to do that as well for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So hopefully you guys will join me during the live premiere. I may end up doing a live stream, maybe a vertical live stream, just depending on whether I feel up to it or not. And actually, my grandmother doesn't know this, but I will be surprising her the weekend of Christmas. So after Christmas Day, I will be off that Friday and Saturday, and we are planning on actually going out to visit her and my parents. So I'm really excited about that. I know that I'm giving guys a little bit of my life updates, but you already know, if you've been watching my YouTube channel, that I utilize a lot of my big box store plant shopping videos as more of like a personal blog as well, where I can talk to y'all. Now that I've gone face on YouTube, used to be faceless on YouTube, I am just feeling even more confident to share more about me with the plant foldies. Now, as far as this Scindapsus exotica, this is a beautiful Live Trends design planter, and you can see just the beautiful silvery foliage. Now, as far as Scindapsus, they are similar to pothos plants, but are a little bit slower growing. They will definitely let you know when they need water because their leaves start to curl. Now, we're going to go ahead and just pan around here, and I'm just going to show you even more plants. You can see that this is the Christmas holiday assortment by Costa Farms. They are utilizing Aglaonema Red Siam. These are all for $15.97. You can see we've got a beautiful Dracaena Janet Craig. This one is for $24.98, and this one is by Live Trends Design. So many plants to pick from. I need to get one of these. I know it is a very basic green plant, but just look at how stunning it is. And what makes it even more attractive is it can become a great Christmas present if you're doing some Christmas shopping, because this house plant is very low maintenance, very easy, and very much a beautiful plant. Same thing with this Dracaena Lemon Surprise that I'm about to pick up right over here by Urban Jungle Plants. This one is for $24.98. So as far as the Aglaonema Red Siam, did you know they actually have an Aglaonema Pink Lipstick or Pink Siam, as well as an Aglaonema White Siam? Those obviously are a little bit more uncommon and rare. And then over here, Syngonium White Butterfly, $16.98 by Costa Farms. Really loving this. And I did want to point out plant folies. Did you see that I actually have the plant IDs on this video? I actually had a little bit more time to just put the plant IDs up. There are times where I have the time to do that. And for this video, since I've been working on it for quite some time, I was able to put that up. But as you can see, whenever you go to like Lowe's, you can see even at the roof that they have these like sunroofs that give them natural lighting. Really love that. And take a look at this. Live Trends Design has a philodendron billetier. Love that for $24.98. I recently was able to get a wish list plant for a super plant foldie. My really good friend Carla, she was able to get a variegated billetier from my friend Harry of Indo Miami Plants on Instagram, who works for Art Garden Flowers on Instagram. That is where I get a lot of my overseas plants, specifically Aglaonema. And speaking of Aglaonema, take a look at this gorgeous Aglaonema Electric Lime, $15.97. Beautiful Aglaonema. Love the fact that, you know, Costa Farms has actually had quite a bit of Aglaonema readily available for us. Look at the metallic leaves on there. Love the white stems. It is just a gorgeous plant. And, you know, as far as Aglaonema care, again, they can tolerate lower light conditions, but bright indirect light is best. As far as soil, you want to make sure that they have fast draining soil. They don't like to stay wet for too long. They are susceptible to root rot, and that is about it. And that's basically it. Just water when the soil is completely dry. Here we have a Homolemena Shelby. Look at how gorgeous this is. And this one almost gives me like like Aglaonema vibes, $24.98. And then what else do we have here? We have some bromeliads. We've got a philodendron moonlight here. Love that neon colored leaf. And again, for any neon colored plants, you need to make sure that you are providing them with lots of bright indirect light. Otherwise, they start to get a little bit greener versus that light yellowish tone. But you know, as far as this Lowe's location, again, they do have a great combination of different types of plants. Lots of bromeliads, $21.48. This one is another Costa Farms bromeliad. And as far as bromeliads, I used to not be a fan of them. And then I realized how beautiful they are in terms of their coloration. And obviously just philodendrons. You know, you ask what is an easy to care for plant. Philodendrons, especially the ones that are not velvety textured like this one, very simple care, bright indirect light, water when the soil is dry, and you are basically good to go. And then obviously this is the Aglaonema red Siam. I keep showing y'all this because I really just want to try to plant influence you, or at least influence you into buying this. Yes, it is a basic plant. Yes, it is a plant that is commonly found, but it is also just a beautiful plant. Why not go back to the basics and find a plant that is not going to give you a lot of stress? The way you will stress yourself out and send an Aglaonema to plant heaven is by just overwatering them. Otherwise, they are very forgiving plants. Now, as far as some of these Costa Farms exotic angel plants, they're going to range from $5.98 to $8.98, depending on the size of the pot. So these ones right here are the 3.5-inch pots. They also have the 5-inch pots. And I am just going to go ahead and just keep picking up plants, showing you some plants. Again, just feel free to leave in the comment section what you think. And if you made it this far into the video, number one, thank you so much for watching all the way through. That watch time is super important. And number two, please make sure you are pressing that thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. So let's just continue to admire these beautiful plants like this gorgeous green Marantha. That awesome Hedera Helix. Love the Hedera Helix, or what you call the English ivy. Gorgeous plant, easy to care for plant. Just kidding, it's one of the hardest houseplants to grow indoors, but if you are to grow them outdoors in a container, they will do very well for you. Beautiful dark Palea right over here. Love that metallic shine to it. This one is for $8.98 by Costa Farms again. And I'm just curious to see, as 2025 wraps up in less than 3 weeks, what are we looking forward to in terms of just big box? What are they going to be carrying for 2026? I know that this year we've seen quite a bit of rare and uncommon plants become readily available, and I am living for it. I am loving it, and hopefully everybody has just enjoyed the plants that I've shown throughout the year. It is the holiday season, so I really hope that everybody is having some good vibes only, because that is how we role at the Grow Folds Plant Foldy community, but I'm just going to give you a final walkthrough here. Look at how huge this Ficus lyrata is. Again, it's only $120 for such a massive plant. You can see that they've got Christmas trees, you've got different types of hanging baskets, we've got orchids, we've got anthuriums, we've got different types of budget-friendly plants, and maybe you guys will be inspired to go shopping and go big box or plant shopping. I know that I'm trying to manage my finances and not overspend, but you know, sometimes when you just run across a plant that you just need it like that. For instance, my new wish list aglaonema is an aglaonema ratna. If you are following me on Instagram, that is that new Greg Humbali hybrid. It is really funny. It is a joke. I did start a GoFundMe. Who knows? Y'all might actually donate. If you guys actually get me to that actual goal, I will definitely buy that Aglaonema Ratna by Greg Humbali. But as you can see right here, Amaryllis, that is something that is commonly found during the holiday season. One of the easiest plants because you don't even have to water it. It just literally pops out of a bulb and grows. As always, Plant Foldies, again, consider joining my YouTube membership tier. Just press the join button for more exclusive members-only content, additional channel perks like special emojis, and just more updates of my personal life. As always, my name is Richie at Grow Folds. I hope you've enjoyed shopping with me today. I will definitely have some more brand new content this coming week. And as always, please subscribe to my YouTube channel with all the notification bell on. Click on the videos that are popping up on the screen and hashtag team replay them if you haven't already. Enjoy your holiday season.